Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel where I talk about books and bricks and bookish things and horror things. And this week, it's a weekly vlog. It's a spooky summer. It's Summerween. It's summer spooks. Whatever you are doing, this is the first vlog of a spooky summer. I have bought myself a little vlogging camera because I'm going to take you out and about with me this week. Now I've got my scooter. So, yeah, I thought I'd try it out and see how it goes. I'm not sure if I like it, but we'll see how we go. But welcome along, my darlings. So, roll titles. Hello, my loves. It's currently Wednesday, the 8th of July, and I was carrying on with my vlog. I'm having a very, very nice non-alcoholic fruity cider because it is 30 degrees in Devon. Sun's gone in now, thank God. It's 20 past 8, so it's lovely. But yeah, cheers, my darlings, cheers. Let's put that down. Oh, there you go. I'm just going to catch up with what I'm reading. So I've read a few books. I think this is my 6th book of the month now, but I'm really enjoying it. Freakslaw by Jane of Flett. Oh my lord! I mean, look at the cover for a start. Isn't it fantastic? It is so good. It's like punk, hedonistic, sticky, sexy, magic. Oh, it's just. Oh, I can't tell you how good this book is. I've never read anything like it. It's kind of surreal. It's magical realism. It's revenge. It's basically about this Scottish town called Pitlaw, and this freak show turns up. Cabaret, circus, carnival, whatever you want to call it. And they're all not only unique people, but they are there for a reason. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I'm about halfway through, and I am loving every second. Do you want to say hello, Gally? Do you want to say hello? I haven't figured out. Can you see him? He just looks like a black blob on the street. Hello, my sweet boy. He's my angel. But anyway, yeah. So my sister's still here at the moment. She come for a couple of weeks. Been out and about on the scooter. She bought her wheelchair. Still getting used to it. Just mainly judging the corners, and not going off the curbs. But we'll get there. And I live in a medieval town, which means a lot of the pavements and the pathways are a little bit narrow. So that's an issue. But we'll get there. We'll get there. So tomorrow my friend Kat's coming to visit. And Friday we're going to go and try and do B&M again. B&M is right at the end of the main road, the Softmar Road, and it's on a big roundabout, which is the main one that comes off the motorway. And it was dangerous to cross it. But I think I found another way to come off that main road further down so we can cross safer. So we're going to try that on Friday morning about 7:30 because it opens at 8. That's what we're going to do. So let's see how we get on. But otherwise, all is well. Just a little check-in. Take care, my loves. Bye. Hello, my friends. It's currently Saturday, the 10th of July, and it's a bit warm in England at the moment, in the UK generally. In Devon, it's about 34 degrees. Sun's gone down now, so it's still in the high 20s. And I'm melting. I'm melting. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm such an autumn winter girly. It just makes me feel so unwell. I basically have the door open until about 11 o'clock, and then I shut everything down, shut all the curtains, put my air conditioning on, and I stay inside till now, which is 10 to 9 at night. I have set up my air conditioning unit in my bedroom, which is a water one rather than a pipe. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let me put the other light on. I'm not sure how dark it is in here.
So we'll see how that goes tonight, because I had to sleep down here on my chair last night because it was just too hot. My sister's in my late husband's collection room because there's a bed in there, and she's managed to keep cool because she can have the window open. I can't have the window open in my bedroom because the cats. They don't go out, my cats, but I don't want one of them falling out. They're all quite old. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to give you an update on what I've been reading the last few days, because all I've been doing reading is reading because I've been lying in the dark. So last time I checked in, I think when I was checking my vlogging camera, I was reading this Freakslaw by Jane Flett, which I finished. Oh my friends, I think this will be quite a contentious book. I think you'll either really love it or you'll hate it. And I loved it. It is sexy. It's dripping with lust and passion, but in a very horror way. It's about a freak show that turns up at a repressed Scottish town and the violence that occurs because of that. And the people in the freak show, it's called Freakslaw, are a family, but they are chaos agents. They're agents of chaos. And what they do to the town, how they present themselves in the town, causes such a violent backlash, because this very patriarchal, very misogynistic, very kind of, we're English or we're Scottish, more so actually. Don't let the Scots see me say that. We're Scottish and we'll do what we want, kind of thing. Very kind of set in their ways, and I'm so hot. Anyway, um, anyway, um, and I just loved it. It's like a hedonistic punk masterpiece. I just loved it. But it is very surreal, and I think it's one of those you'll either really love or really hate. I loved it because it was just crackling with tension all the way through. It was just so good. To me, it was kind of like a subverted retelling of the Pied Piper of Hamelin, because basically this carnival turns up, this freak show turns up, and always leaves with the women and children, or some of the women and children of the town they're in, and they become part of the freak show. So yeah, brilliant. I loved it. And then the last 2 days, I've just been reading, and I have read the first 3 books in the Cat and Lock series, which is I'll put them up above me. Blink of an eye. Myself written down here. In the blink of an eye, leave no trace on human remains. They're all on KU. The 4th one isn't, sadly, so I'm going to have to buy that one. And this was recommended by Michaela, what Michaela reads, as a great thriller series. Don't read a lot of thrillers, but I absolutely love this. If you don't know, because it's been out quite a few years and it's taken me a while to get to it. DCS Cat Frank is coming back from a recent bereavement. She's recently widowed. She has a teenage son at home. Coming back into the force, and she's asked to head up this new police unit to investigate whether AI can assist in policing. Her and the chief are very, suspicious, because they think, the government's trying to replace police officers with AI. So this woman this professor comes with this AI unit. It's basically in her wrist, and if she presses it, a hologram appears, and it can be any kind of image, but it presents itself as a black man, very, very beautiful. I think at some point she says I think the author said it was very much based on Black Panther. Do you know what I mean? And the film, what's his name? Boseman, Chadwick Boseman, isn't he? He sadly died, didn't he? Bless him. And anyway, so it's all about them working with this forensic police unit to see if AI can be used within policing. But she's told expressly, don't let the AI take over, right? We don't want them to replace police. And there's a small unit that's her Locke, who's the AI, and then there's Hassan, who is DI, an Indian DI, wants to be the first Indian chief of police, and also Brown, who is a female detective. And that's all there is in the team at that point. And they're looking at cold cases, and they're the first book, In the Blink of an Eye, wherever that is on the screen at the moment, is about them finding out that somebody is kidnapping young people for a specific reason, for medical experimentation. So that's the first case. The second case, which is, I can never get this one in my head, isn't it weird? You always get one. Leave No Trace, is about, because the first investigation turned out so well. Obviously, they're going to solve it, right? That's not a spoiler, is it really? She asks to do a live case, and so she gets this series of murders where men are being crucified and terribly mutilated. So that's the second case, and why is that happening, and who is it, and what's the purpose of it? I mean, it's a very specific kind of MO, isn't it? And then in the third one, Human Remains, DCS Cat, or Cat, we call her Cat Frank, she is like a star within the police force because she caught a notorious serial killer many years ago called the Aston Strangler. This is all set around Warwick and in the Midlands, which is where I come from, obviously. And the body's dug up with the same MO as the Aston Strangler, so they start to think, actually, was he innocent then? Or is it just somebody copycatting him? So that's the third book. And what's interesting about this, and I loved all of them, the first one was 5 stars for me. Well, the other two were like 4.25 maybe. So it's like a 4-star series, which is really good for me for thrillers, because I'm more of a horror girly, right? But what was really interesting about this is the idea that this is a lot of what she talks about. The procedures are true, and some of the AI is true, but it's a future AI. Some of it is not. Somebody's just thrown up my nose. It's probably some little fly thing. Anyway, it's future AI. And so you grow to love Locke, really, right? And then by the third one, you're questioning whether or not actually is he manipulating things to get what he wants? Is he capable of that as an AI? So it's a really fascinating discussion on the the future of AI, I think. Because as you read the first 2 books, by the end of the first 2 books, you're really quite attached to this AI character, even though he's not human. So I'll be interested what the 4th book's like. So that's where I am reading wise at the moment. And what else? My sister's still here. We haven't been out again on Esmerelda, my little scooter. I will do a little video of it when I get out, when the weather gets cool enough that I can go outside and do it. Because it's just been too hot, and both of us have medications that just don't respond very well to the heat. But I did do a Lego order because it's been Lego Insiders. Still Lego Insiders as we speak on the 10th. I think it ends on the 12th. Oh, God, sorry. I feel like something's flown in my nose. Oh, well, it's as real as it gets, my friends. So, I had some insiders' points, insiders' prices. So I thought, I'm going to get one set that I've always wanted, and I know it's retiring soon, so I'm going to get it. It might drop down in price. I don't care. I've just got it because I want it. And then I got 2 that were on my wish list because they dropped in price. Right. So this came today. So firstly, the gift with purchase, because I spent well over 160 quid, is the sea serpent. And I think this is based, as far as I can remember, this is based on one of the old Lego system kits from like the 70s, the first pirate ship. It's not a pirate ship, is it? I don't think it's a pirate ship, but it's, ship kind of design. So this is a very popular gift with purchase. So I got that. Switch over hands. Right, and then I also got, because this was on special offer, the Fortune Firecracker. These are the obviously the Chinese New Year ones. I very rarely buy them when they first come out because they always drop in price, and obviously this did. And this, it's so hard to do with one hand. Oh my lord! As you can see, it opens up, and there's all little people inside, and so it's just really pretty. And I'm trying to buy things that are not for display because I've got more room on my walls now than shelf space between the books and the Lego. So that's that one. One of my most, and I knew I had to get this because I think this is retiring this year. But again, it was on sale. Oh, hang on. There you go. Can you see? This is the Jaws Lego idea set, which is absolutely beautiful. And I love the stuff that's based on films I loved when I was a kid, you know. So yeah, so that's that one. Jaws. And then finally, the biggest one. So this is going to be a challenge. This is another art set. This is the only art set on my. Oh, actually, I think I want the Monet one. But there you go. Keith Haring, the dancing figures. So yeah, sorry, that's so heavy. Oh my lord, they're so heavy. Oh god, can't even put it down. What am I like? There you go. So that was my little Lego haul. So yeah, so I've got lots of Lego now. I do think I was saying to my sister that I haven't really built a lot of Lego in the last couple of months, apart from like brickheads, which I sometimes watch a Lego building live and I'll build along. I've built the brickheads, the Alice in Wonderland ones, and yeah, the Alice in Wonderland and the Shrek ones. I think that Lego is going to be more of a winter hobby for me, a autumn winter hobby, because in this weather I want to be in the dark, and you can't really do Lego in the dark because it's cooler without any lights on, and so I can read my Kindle. So it's more of a reading time for me. Um, yeah, so yeah, getting reading done. I mean, it's the 10th of July, and I've just finished my 9th book today. So I am now going to move on. By the way, apart from did I tell you the one I'm reading? I haven't told you the one I'm reading, have I? Sorry, the honesty between the menopause and the heat exhaustion. It's a wonder I'm even able to speak. I'm currently reading this, going to or wherever it'll be, going to the Six by AC Hessenhauer maybe. This is an indie author and it's on Kindle Unlimited. And I have been told that this is a really terrifying horror. It's all done in multimedia with, it's basically about this, it's on Lake Superior. And sometime during Prohibition, there was this massive liner that used to travel around like a speakeasy. So they could obviously sell alcohol and it sank. No idea. People don't know why. 100 people died on board. And this is present time, I think, at the moment. And a group of scientists are looking at some suspicious algae in Lake Superior and they accidentally find this wreck. So this documentary team are brought in and they're going to follow the scientific team around and dive on this wreck. So it's an underwater horror, and but it's all told through interviews, journal entries, newspaper reports, and the documentary footage. So, but it's supposed to be terrifying, and I've been told this from people I really trust as horror people that I'm going to enjoy this. I don't know whether I find it terrifying, but underwater horror is one of my favourite kind of horrors because I am mortally terrified of deep water. I would not go diving. Not a chance. Not a chance. So I'm reading that. I just started that, and I'm also going to start Killer on the Road by Stephen Graham Jones. I don't know anything about this. It says a palm sweating slasher that both satisfies and subverts. So this was the abominable snowman. Honestly, mates. Honestly, my loves. My brain is melting. Abominable Book Club box for June. We're in July, are we? Are we still in July? Am I still in Devon? Am I still present? Am I still alive? Oh my God. I am like in liquid form, my friends, now. I'm like 99% liquid form. Anyway, yeah, so that looks good. Great cover. So I should be reading that next. But anyway, that's enough for me wittering on, I feel, for this time. And I'll catch up with you soon, my loves. I'm going to have a very, very cold shower. Bye bye.
And introducing Esmerelda, my little scooter. So I had this hard standing done. There he is with his eyes, or her eyes. Got a bag on the back. This just lifts up so I can get into it. My wing mirrors. She's lovely, isn't she? There she is, and I've got a plug there to sort her out. Let me sit in her. And this is me sat there. Look. Yep. It's cool, isn't it? Thank you to my sister. Love it. Hope you're okay, my darlings. Have a good Sunday. Bye bye. There's my little Merlin. Here's my little Murray. Murray. Yes, Shira. What are you doing, babies? What are you doing? Hey? What are you doing?
Hello, my lovelies. We just got back. I'll turn this around a little bit. Is that better? Yeah. Just got back from B&M. My lovely brother-in-law took me this morning when my sister, they've left now. So I'm on my own now for 5 weeks. She's back again on the 8th of August. They're in Lyme Regis the week before, so it's going to drop her off on the way back, because the 9th of August is my lovely little granddaughter Faith's first birthday party in Dartmouth. Can't wait. And yeah, so there are some. Actually, I must not show them in a minute. But anyway, so he took me to B&M, so I'm going to do a little bit of a B&M haul. Why not? Throw it into the vlogs, you know. Some of it's not interesting. Most of it's not interesting. But anyway, I've got my sister a new quill cover. She's got a single bed now in my late husband's collection room. So we've packed up some of his collection to keep it safe. And the only duvet cover I had for the single bed was like space themed. And she's more of a girly girl. So I got her a little duvet. So it's quite cute, isn't it? So there's that. Oops, put you back in there. Also some pillows, pillowcases, then the boring stuff. Some hand wash, my favourite burger relish. Oh, I love this. I'm a little bit of a condiment queen. I don't know how you are, my friends, but it takes me longer to put all the condiments on the plate than it takes me to eat. And in fact, there's been several times I've been out for a meal with friends, and by the time I put all the condiments I want, they've eaten the dinner. So, yeah. And then I got Big Vanish because it was on special offer. Washing up liquid. Virgin olive oil. Glade Peach Paradise. Oh, it smells just like peach. It's actually juicy peach and tangerine, but I can only smell peach. Gorgeous. Yeah, so that's just, you know, four bits. And then I also got a jug. My fridge has actually got a cold water dispenser on it, which I fill up all the time at the moment. But when I make like iced tea, I make my own iced tea, so that's for that. So yeah, going in. And then I got some caramel drizzle, this is really lovely, either on top of coffee or pancakes or waffles, and it's so cheap, so expensive to buy this in supermarket. It's very nice. It's for the winter more so. Then I got myself these straws. There's the vanilla one and the strawberry, banana and forest fruit, and then you just put them in milk and it makes the milk taste nice. It's like the Nesquik. I've got Nesquik as well. Love strawberry milk. But yeah, so I thought those would be fun. For something different, you know, in this weather. I've got 2 bags of my favourite marshmallows, which I love. Got a lovely cup. I love cups. Which says #1 cat mum inside. And that lovely little, that's be a perfect little coffee mug, that would. So I've got that. Got some micellar wipes. These are actually for down here, because I use a proper cleanser and everything upstairs in my bathroom. But at the moment, it's so hot here. Sometimes you just want to just wet your face. Do you know what I mean? So that's for them. And also got some anti-back wipes. Got the cat's little present, catnip. And then, and also got a present for the birds and the hedgehogs, some mealworms. And then they had these. They're so cute. I think they were between £3 and £4 each. Little solar. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. So I got that one. I'll put that there because I'll put them outside in a minute. I also got I'm assuming that's supposed to be a sunflower of some description. How cute is that? And come on. Oh my. And then my little granddaughter's bedroom is decorated with Highland cows. So I always associate Highland cows with her, and they had this one, which is so cute. But yeah, so that was my B&M haul. I'm on my own again now. I'm just going to batten down the hatches, shut all the curtains, all the doors, and put my air conditioning on because it's going to be hot, hot, hot here again today. Hope you're keeping okay, my darlings. And I will round off my vlog on Tuesday. But until then, stay hydrated, my loves. Try and keep cool. Bye.
Good morning, my loves. It's a fun time in Devon. The internet's gone down in my area. It's probably going to be off till at least Tuesday. It's currently Monday, the 13th. Went off yesterday afternoon. So I'm going to be mainly building Lego and reading. Because obviously I can't watch any much on the television apart from the normal TV because everything's Wi-Fi. So, and my phone's not working. So, anyway, here you go. So I'm going to be building one of the things I'm going to build today. Sally's flower pot. Looks cute, doesn't it? And I actually really love looking forward to seeing these pieces. I don't know if they're stickers. They don't seem to be because I've opened the box and the only stickers are these. So they must be printed pieces. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, there's 4 bags and there's my little thing. So we'll get on with it and see, and I'll show you at the end, my loves. And there it is, all done. This is the inside of the plant pot. And then this is hard to do, isn't it? Oops, possible to do with one hand. So there it is, all closed up. It's very pretty, isn't it? There's Sally and the cat. And yeah, it's okay. It's very, very fiddly though. And these little bits, these blue bits keep falling off, but looks pretty when it's done. And it's an end of another weekly vlog. It's now the 15th of July, Wednesday the 15th of July, and I'm not quite sure where this year has gone. That's crazy, isn't it? I've got a bit of a chest infection at the moment, so I'm not feeling terribly well, but my voice has come back, which is weird. Perhaps that's, you think it'd go, wouldn't you? Anyway, who knows? Medical anomalies. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a quick reading update before I toodled off. I finished reading this, wherever I'm going to put it, going to the 6, which everybody had said to me was going to be really frightening. Now, this is a creeping dread of a novel. I don't think it's particularly scary. It's unsettling, certainly. Let me sit back a little bit. It's unsettling, definitely. And it's about this group of scientists and documentary makers who dive on a wreck of an old speakeasy and what they find. So it was, yeah, it's worth a read, but it is not in your face terrifying. It is like creeping, insidious, kind of, you don't really know what's, like something's coming. Do you know what I mean? So I finished that one, wherever I've put it. I also finished the next one in the Line Folk of London series, which I've spoken about several times, about a society of people who live within the lines of the underground, above ground, who are human within the lines and their real selves outside. We're cats, vampires, selkies, kelpies, fish people, etc. And this is the third one in that series. Hannah is kind of human. I'm not going to say too much because it will spoil it. And in this one, there's an unusual affliction. That's what it's called, unusual affliction, on some of the line folk.
the nymphs, the weird cats, the immovals, they all start losing their primary skill, their primary power. And so it goes into all of that and what happened and how they were poisoned. And then somebody dies in this, so I didn't see coming. So this was really, really good. Really loved it. Again, the third in the series, the fourth one's out in November, which is, I believe, the end of the series unless he carries on. Then I read, because obviously it's a spooky summer, Summerween, summer spooks, whatever you're doing. Summer of '89. This is a camp slasher, and it was all right. It was very, very predictable, and it did exactly what you'd expect from a slasher set in a camp, summer camp. So it was all right, But it's on Kindle Unlimited, so it didn't cost me anything. It's worth a read if you want something easy, to do on a beach or something like that. It's probably fine, but it didn't do anything different, if you know what I mean. Then next, I read another slasher, um, summer camp for slasher victims. I think it's called, or slasher camp for summer victims. This was better, because it had a really weird twist on the genre. It's basically about this man who sets up a summer camp for victims of violence. So people who've been traumatized by killers in the past go to this camp to be able to open up, to share, to help their mental health. And it's about this girl who is the granddaughter of the man who runs it, Mitch, and she turns up there as a counsellor. She's not had any trauma, and of course, as inevitably happens in these things, just reaching for the last book, so I've got it in my hand. There's a killer on the loose. What do you know? So there's a slasher in a summer camp for slasher victims. It was all right. It was good. This again was probably, a 3.5 star, maybe. I mean, it didn't do anything radical. It did what it said on the tin, basically, but it was jolly good fun. And I really like the characters more in this one than the previous one. So that was good. He's also written a prom night slasher, maybe, or something like that. It's just going to be a series of books, so I'll probably read them. They're all on KU. So yeah, that was really good. Enjoyed that. Great cover, VHS cover. Both of those were nostalgic, by the way. And the slasher, some of '89 one has a playlist linked to it in Spotify, which is full of great '80s stuff. And then finally, yesterday I finished Killer on the Road by Stephen Graham Jones. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I have put it as a 3-star. I think with Stephen Graham Jones, you either really love his writing or you don't know. I loved My Heart's a Chainsaw. It's one of my favourite trilogies. I loved it, but I haven't found anything. Actually, I like that slasher one he did. What was that one? Story of a slasher, a teenage slasher or something like that. That was really good. But I haven't. Everything else I've read, I didn't like. And this one, I didn't like for about 40% of the book. I just thought, oh, it's basically about this girl called Harper, who doesn't get on with her mum. Her mum's a bit of a nightmare, so she decides to run away. And on this Route 80, which is renowned for truckers, and a car pulls up, and it's two of her best friends, her little sister Meg, and her ex-boyfriend Mason, I think it is. And they say, look, if you're going to go somewhere, we're going to take you. You're not going to hitchhike, it's too dangerous. But she's already been targeted by a serial killer that runs on this route called Bucket Mouth, who I'm not going to say because it'll spoil it completely. He's a very unique serial killer, has a very unique MO. So about 40%, Harper does the most stupid, mind-boggling things, causes such disaster trying to get away from this serial killer on other people. I mean, she causes more death in this than he does. So about 40% in, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to DNF. But it gets better again. Then it's thrilling. I mean, it's fast-paced. It gets better again. The kills are juicy Lucy. But the ending felt a bit flat for me. But a great cover. Whether I'll keep it or not, I don't know. This is a signed edition. Yeah. Not one of my favourites by him. I would say My Heart's a Chainsaw is absolutely my favourite by him. That trilogy, absolutely love it. But there you go. So that's where I am at the moment. I'm currently reading a non-fiction book on ancient civilizations and ancient mysteries, which I'm really loving. So that's really good. And I don't know really what to read next. I don't know what I fancy. Do you know what I mean? Do I fancy a little bit of sapphic witchiness, a bit of found family loveliness, a bit of translated Mexican fiction horror, or do I fancy a thriller? I don't know. Don't know what I fancy. So we're going with the ancient mysteries. I always go to a non-fiction if I'm not sure. So that's where I am. Today's Wednesday, as I said. I've had a very productive morning. As me and my sister say, I achieved today. As a disabled woman, I have to pace myself with what I do around the house. So this morning I did my kitchen, cleaned my kitchen, changed the letters, put a load of washing on, which nearly finished, and took all my recycling out, tore all the boxes up. Has anybody else got an excessive amount of cardboard? Oh, anyway, so I did that. And now I'm sitting and waiting for a Tesco delivery at 10 o'clock. I didn't go on my scooter because I need more than I can carry. So, yeah. Apart from that, all is well, my darlings. I hope you've had a fantastic week. Hope if you're in the UK, you've survived, or in Europe, you've survived this ridiculous weather. It's now down to about 27 or 28 degrees, which is still hot, but feels cool. There's also a bit of a wind, so that's quite nice. So, slept in my own bed last night. Hallelujah. So, there you have it. I'll catch up with you next week, probably tomorrow, actually. Until then, my darlings, keep cool, keep hydrated, keep reading fantastic books, building Lego, doing whatever brings you joy. And if you enjoy my little safe, weird corner of the internet, please consider subscribing. And if you've watched all the way through, well done, because I do witter on. And give me a big thumbs up. And leave in the comments, what should we have this week? A pile of books. Why not? If you've got to this point in the video, leave a pile of books in the comments. But anyway, my darlings, you take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend when it gets here. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.